welcome to kraft-tex University. I'm Galen.
And I'm Betsy, and today we're going to be talking about glue.
And kraft-tex. I think the truth about why we're talking about glue is because I'm lazy.
Oh.
I'm impatient. I always say I'm lazy. I'm impatient. I use glue all the time. I use these glues all the time.
And we thought we would test some different glues, and I just basically grabbed glues that I had at home because I didn't want to, I wanted to grab glues that maybe you had too and just see what works best. You know, the intention is not for everybody to go out and buy a bunch of glue.
Yeah.
We want to see what works the best out of what we already have on hand.
And what works best for you. Because
Yeah.
we have different sewing styles. You
Yeah.
love Wonder Clips and stuff. I'm a glue fanatic.
Yeah.
And these are pretty common craft glues. And
Correct.
if it's not this exact brand, it's very similar.
Yeah,
You know,
you
there's a
can get
permanent
something
glue.
similar.
There's a wash out basting glue, a sort of designated craft glue stick, and then that's just a standard glue stick, right?
Regular old, pulled it out of the desk drawer glue stick.
Could be
Yeah.
Elmer's, could be any
'Cause
of them.
Yeah, exactly. So the first test that we're gonna do, or that I did, is 2 pieces of kraft-tex glued together with each of the different glues. And we're just testing it to see which ones hold the best. So these have been glued, and gosh, they've been together for like 2 days now. So
Okay.
it's at least 48 hours.
And they all stuck, right? They all
stuck.
stuck really well.
They stuck. Some of them, I pushed them together, and I was very careful about gluing them tightly to see which one is going to hold up the best. So
Should we try taking it apart?
yeah, let's go.
It's exciting.
This is kind of fun. So yeah, let's put the glues with the right ones. That's okay. There we go. Okay.
Okay.
So
Which
go
one
ahead.
do you want to try? I'm going to try pulling
do
off this
This is a craft
stick.
It's a glue stick, so it's dry.
Oh. So it's pulling, but it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard. If I yanked it, it would come. But, just
But it's-
general tugging, it definitely comes off.
Okay.
But it would stay. I mean, I don't use glue as a permanent adhesive.
Yeah.
Even though they are permanent adhesives as well, I use it just to hold it down while I'm going to sew my seam. So top
Yeah,
stitching,
exactly.
regular seam, especially to zippers, holding it to zippers,
Yeah.
fabulous because you
Yeah.
can't get the clips in there well.
Yeah.
So I only need a temporary hold, and if I mess up, and as long as I'm moving it farther along the piece so the rest of it won't show, I sometimes end up tearing mine apart. So I want to be able to tear it apart, but this is very stable.
Yeah.
What's next?
This is the fabri-tac. I love this glue.
It's my favorite.
In general. Let's see. Yeah, it is coming apart. So if it's something that you want it to be permanent, this, if you pull it, like that one,
I
if
don't
you
know how
pull it
permanent.
apart, it does come apart.
Unless you have cyanoacrylate. I don't
Yeah.
know if it, well, even that might pull off of this. So this is the Roxanne's glue baste-it. Oh, well, see,
Well, look at that. That one's almost harder than those two.
I know. I'm actually exerting force.
Wow.
Wow, look at that.
Wow, that's interesting.
Try that.
Oh, I thought we were doing
We could, but I want you to experience how hard it is. See, right? It's
That is-
legit hard. Okay.
That is. Okay, interesting.
Oh, who knew?
Yeah. We're doing this
I know.
right now. This is live. This is live glue experiment. Oh, wow, I did this one really well.
here, bless
Oh,
your
there we
heart.
go.
Okay, they all stick. That's fabulous.
I would
This
say
is
this one's
probably
pretty
the
easy.
most boring class we've ever taught. They all stick. Done.
They stick. Okay. Now, let's see. I did the same thing with fabric. And again, it's been about 48 hours. And let's see. Glue based it. Yeah. Okay. Right.
Okay.
Are we good?
Yeah.
So let's
Okay,
see
let's go a little faster.
what's going to happen with the fabric.
Kind
that
of
kinda
easy,
comes
not
off.
bad, but it's still definitely stuck.
Ooh,
Oh, that one kind of came
comes
off
off pretty easily, which might be good if you don't want it to be real sticky. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go on, you won.
Okay.
You're on a roll. Just keep it going.
Okay, here we go. Roxanne's. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh.
Again.
How interesting.
Huh. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Okay, then I have the glue stick.
Yeah, this one sticks really well if you want it to stick. And that
It's definitely stuck,
right
but
off.
it came off a little bit easier than the others.
Okay, good. So that's good to know. So if you want something that's going to really stick for a long period of time,
I know, maybe
turns
go
out
with
the
that. Who
baste
knows?
one.
Unless it's going to be washed, because it will
Oh,
come off
yeah.
with washing.
So then the other
Okay.
thing, just well, you might want to leave it out.
Oh yeah, I didn't
This
think
is
about that
good.
one.
The other thing that I did was I just put some glue on the kraft-tex because I was curious to
I'm
see.
gonna try to move it around because
Yeah.
you can try to see the sheen. This
Yeah.
is the craft glue stick.
And that one definitely does have a sheen.
They all do, right?
Yeah.
Fabri-tac. So when you get glue on your thing and it squidges out, is squidge a word? It
It is
swooshes
now.
out under the kraft-tex and you see it on the edge, especially on the zipper, you'll see it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you want to wipe it off before it dries because you can end up with that shiny
I think we
area.
still end up with the shiny. Oh, so the regular glue stick is the least.
The least obvious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you just don't, the thing key is you don't want to use a lot of glue. You just
Yeah.
use a little glue because you're just holding it temporarily.
The minimum amount that you need.
Okay, so we're going to
Okay.
try to do some actual gluing now.
Wow. Live.
Okay, so now we have an in-class
Test.
experiment, test,
Yeah.
demo, whatever it would be.
It's an experiment.
Because the key to using glue is really you're just holding the kraft-tex down so that you can sew with it. So
Yeah,
I don't
top
really,
stitch
it's
or-
not that I don't care. You did those fabulous experiments and they're really important about how will they stay for a long time. I really want to know how fast I can use this. Because
Yeah.
I really want to glue, pick it up, and go to the sewing machine.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll glue, and then sew all those, but I just kind of, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to do that test. So this
Okay.
is the craft stick.
Craft stick. We're going to do kraft-tex to fabric. Okay.
Okay. Oh, you do a lot. There we go.
Is that too much?
I don't know. Okay.
Okay.
So can I go to the machine?
Sure.
Oh,
So that's enough.
kinda
so that
nice.
You
That's
could
enough.
top stitch.
yeah.
That'll
and look,
hold
it still peels off easily, but that totally holds it.
That is definitely enough to top stitch.
That's definitely
or
enough to top
whatever,
stitch.
make your seam or whatever you're going to do.
Yeah. I think that for me, if I'm going to do like a corner or something tricky, I don't think this is enough sticky right away.
Okay.
You know, I want
let's
it
try
to
the
really
others.
grab right away.
Let's find your.
Okay.
Let's find your good. Find your.
No, this one I
Happy.
have high hopes for because this is my favorite.
I know. Fabri-tac. So I'm just going to do a line here. And
Oh, that's a lot.
is that too much?
No, well, no, you
Oops,
rubbed it in a
ooh.
little bit.
I did it a little wonky.
That's fine. Okay, I'm noticing right away that this is
Yeah,
showing
it's
through.
showing. Yeah. So I maybe used too much glue, but
And this fabric's kind of pulling off. It's definitely good enough for
If you were
sewing
doing
the
a
seams.
zipper or
doing a zipper or any of
Yeah.
that would be good.
no. Okay, so now we're using the. Oh, there we go. We need the kraft-tex. This is the
Roxanne's glue.
Roxanne's
Base. Now I
glue
use
base.
this all the time when I do cotton to cotton. I think it holds great.
Sorry. Is that enough?
Yeah, especially on the bottom corner. I usually
Yeah,
just do
is
little
this-
dots.
Oh, okay. Well, I was trying to do the same amount for each.
Yeah.
Now, is this one showing through? No, not really.
Just where you had the bigger piece.
The bigger. Okay.
Now I'd usually like iron it to make it. Yeah, this isn't
Oh, that
staying.
one-
I would use an iron on this one to help it stay.
Okay.
If I were using
If
it
it-
right away.
If you were in a spot that you could iron.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then this is the glue stick. It's the plain old ordinary glue stick.
And people use this all the time for applique.
Yeah.
Washes out.
Okay. Oh, that comes right off.
Yeah, it's like, well, if I'm tugging, it doesn't. If I'm peeling, it does. It does, it does hold it. So if it were a normal seam,
Yeah.
you could use it. You could use it on a zipper. I would probably choose to use the
I think
fabri-tac
for-
instead.
Yeah, I think for a zipper. Okay, now we're going to try kraft-tex to kraft-tex. Oh, here
Okay.
you go. And we will go in the same order. So this is that craft glue stick, which it's really thick. So that might be a negative if you're trying to do something that's more.
I'm going to put this down where you started because I don't
Okay.
want to pull too far from the end from where you started.
Oh, that came right off.
It didn't
It didn't want to stick.
want to stick at all.
Well,
Maybe we need to
kraft-tex is definitely more challenging.
Okay. Use
Okay.
the same piece of kraft-tex and flip it over. No.
No, it's okay. We're going to use fresh each time.
Fresh each time.
So that there
It's
is
very
no question.
scientific of you.
Oh, absolutely. Fabri-tac. Let's see how this one does. This is why I use clips. It is.
You have an interesting gluing technique there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think interesting is French for strange, but
Wrong.
yeah.
Bad. No, it's fine. Okay. Yeah.
Huh.
Can I see the glue for a second?
Yeah. Let's see your technique. Oh, you do the dots.
I use little dots.
The dot and drag.
I do some dots, yeah. Or I'll like a thin little bead come down. Because I've never had problems with it holding before.
Oh.
Yeah, still didn't want to hold kraft-tex to kraft-tex that well. I'm tugging.
that's-
It's holding, but it's kind
Well,
of...
it's enough to get you to the sewing
It's
machine.
enough to get me to the
and
sewing
do
machine.
Your top stitching or whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah,
But I would probably reinforce that with clips on,
on
the
either
end.
side. Yeah, 'cause it's
Just
not going to
enough
slip
to-
in the middle.
Just enough to hold it in place so that it doesn't get.
You know, and I'm going to say, I just left this for a minute and the fabri-tac's holding.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine.
Okay. All right. So this is the glue.
Roxanne's glue based
Roxanne's
it.
glue based.
Now again, they recommend on the bottle,
Dots.
yeah.
Okay. I'll do dots.
I would do enough dots though, because this is a little bit thinner.
Is that good?
That's, yeah, those are some
that
big
good?
ass dots, but those totally work. Big dots. There we go.
Come on, Roxanne. Come on. I don't have a favorite. I'm kind of kidding.
Yeah.
Ooh, that one didn't.
Because it's wet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta, it's
Gotta let it
designed to be ironed and stuff. So it's
Yeah.
not really designed for kraft-tex to kraft-tex.
Yeah. But since we figured people might have it, so let's
Yes.
give it a try. But you know, it could be just using a. Here we go. This is a regular old glue stick.
Now you would, if you were doing this though, you'd go back and forth, right? You like putting a lot of glue on there.
I put a little bit more, yeah, but I'm trying to do even Steven. Whoop.
Yeah.
Oh, it needs more.
So kraft-tex to
gonna-
kraft-tex, I'm sticking with my fabri-tac.
Yeah.
It needs a little time to dry.
Yeah.
I can't just take this to my machine.
I think once that,
Yeah.
you know. Now, if these have been drying, how are those ones holding up? Oh, no.
This one hasn't been dry.
No. Nope, that didn't work. So the
Fabri-tac
fabri-tac worked the
kraft-tex to
best.
kraft-tex.
Yeah.
And I use fabri-tac all the time. I'm going to take a couple of these mamsy-pamsy little samples here. I have just a couple of really brief hints on using glue super fast, right? So I've shown this at a different class. I have a handy-dandy mug in which I keep scraps of fabric. I have my fabri-tac. I just store it upside down in my mug. So when it comes time to using, I don't have to sit there and shake it. I'm ready. I'm good to go. I'm going to show you that in a second.
What are the fabric scraps for?
I'll show you that too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm jumping the
If
gun.
I'm taking a piece of kraft-tex and gluing kraft-tex to it along the edge, that's easy to do. It's kind of a hard seam. If I'm doing fabric, I'm often doing it on the edge. It's also no problem. And what I try to do, if it's a zipper and it's close, I can usually line it up. I like to, even if it's fabric to kraft-tex fabric, doesn't matter. If I'm gonna put if let's say I have to measure 2 inches up or 1 inch up, I take my quilting ruler and I'll use that to mark the bottom line of where I want that kraft-tex so that I can just take it, butt it up, and be confident in my positioning because it really does grab fast. And if I move it around, if I have to move it farther away, you might see my glue.
Yeah.
So I do that. And then I open my glue and I just put a little bit, you really don't need a lot of this, right along the edge. I'm usually doing it within 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. And then I'm gonna stick it down. So that helps me get it positioned
very
right.
clever.
And so this is ready to go. I'll take it over and it's already gonna be sticking. You can see it from the back, but it's always in my seam allowance. So what I do with these, I usually take one of these out and I'll have it nearby. I glue a seam, close this, put it away. Glue a seam, close this, put it away. But you will get little schmutz because it still kind of keeps, especially if you had it upside down, it keeps
Yep.
wanting to come out. So I just take this, I throw it around first, and then I wipe the end. and then I throw.
that's kinda
I'll
handy.
keep that, use it a couple times, then I throw it away.
Well, what's nice
So
about
it's
the
always
fabric
clean.
is that it does. If you use a paper towel, it gets all the little
Oh, yeah.
fuzzies on it. See,
It's sticking to
it's
something.
grabbing.
So yeah, I always just have a bunch of these, then I
Yeah,
have that.
because then you don't end up with all the fuzz
Yeah,
from the
that's my
paper towel.
tip.
Awesome.
We did say, this kind of looks like we're advertising these. Like we said, there's lots of brands of similar glue solutions. So this is designed as a permanent glue for fabrics, leather, everything.
Quick grabbing.
And this grabbed really quickly. I think it's great for basting. That's what I
Yeah.
use glue for. I don't usually use glue to hold projects together because I'm always going to be stitching them.
Yeah.
But some people do, and that's fine, or they add embellishments with glue. I think this would be good for that as well.
Yeah. And this one, I think, is good in a pinch. You know, if you just need something to hold something down for a top stitching, like with a strap or something, and you don't have anything else, a little bit of, a little bit of this is just fine.
But a little more time. Put it on, put it down, and
give
let
a
it
sec.
sit for a little bit.
Yeah. And this one I found was a little bit better as far as grabbing quicker and holding stronger. But again, I'm just holding it long enough so that I can do my top stitching. So either one of these works.
The good thing
for that.
about these is that they're not the liquid, and so they
Yeah.
stay where you put them.
Yeah, they don't squish
This
out.
might squish out.
Yeah.
But I do find these are harder to get if I just need to get it within the 1/4 inch
Oh, yeah.
seam.
Yeah.
Just in
Or you
there,
have
then
a
I would
little
use
spot
this.
that you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you could use this, but if it's you doing it for basting purposes, this doesn't stick right away.
Yeah, you definitely need time for it to
You need
dry.
a little bit more time for it to
But
dry.
if you have it at home and that's what you've got, it worked great.
But if you wanted something permanent, don't use this because this will, it held the best.
Yeah.
But if you got it wet, it would come out.
Yeah, it's washable, water soluble. So there you go.
If you have a favorite kraft-tex project you want to share it on social media on Pinterest and Instagram and hashtag kraft-tex university. All lowercase, one word. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that is the end of the class. Class dismissed. Well, that probably could have been done better.
And today we're going to be talking about glue.
And kraft-tex.
Glue and kraft-tex.
Yeah.
Because she's a gluist.
I'm a gluist. That's awesome. I am. I love glue.
It shouldn't be this hard.
I don't know what you're doing. You know when I said just feel it, do it.
I
Don't do
overfelt.
it.
I overfelt.